SAU. Welcome to the second showing of Pulse News. I'm your anchor for this week, Aaliyah Winters. Starting off the week with chapel on Monday with speaker Troy Love, and again on Wednesday with Jack Baker. Also this Wednesday we have Porch Fest in Dunkel Gym at 8 p.m. For first-timers, be prepared for some awesome skits and a lot of hot dogs. Right after that we have Deeper at 10 p.m. in the RCF. Also, April 27th and 28th, we have an SAU production hosted by the Drama Department. Doubt a Parable will be in the Prop Shop at 8 p.m. both days. $5 for students, $8 for faculty. Also, don't forget, seniors, coffee this Friday at 9:30 a.m. in the Advancement Office. And if you'd like to see more from the Drama Department, Dr. Paul Patton has two of his plays being acted out by the community of learners this Thursday in the RCF at 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. And to end the week with some color, we have the Color Run, April 29th at the Clock Tower at 10 a.m. Now for some sports. Our sports teams are fine and dandy this season, with our track team doing such a great job getting closer to winding down the season. This past weekend, they were at a meet at the Otterbein track, where they had several personal records and national qualifying times. This Friday, the track team will be at Hillsdale, which is only 30 minutes away if you want to go and support. Also, we have the softball team this Tuesday at Mount Vernon Nazarene University at 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. And Friday, they will be at Taylor University at the exact same times. April 25th, we will also have the baseball team at Rochester College at 3 and again at 5. They also have a game this Saturday at the University of St. Francis, once again at 3 and 5 p.m. Also, we have the soccer team 2 games deep in their spring season so far. Here is one of their seniors, Abe, to talk about how their season has been going.
We're having a really good spring right now, and we had an amazing fall season. In the spring, we're 3-0 right now. We've won all 3 games, and we've done pretty well. There's always room for improvement, but it was a good spring season. Fall, our record was 15-4-4. We had 15 wins, 4 losses, and 4 ties, and 5 1-3 in the conference. We finished the year ranked 15th in the nation, and we made it to the national tournament, Sweet 16, for the first time in like 30 years. So it was a really great year, and what I'm going to remember is that it was just a lot of fun. We had a blast on the way, just improving throughout the year and getting better. It was just a lot of fun this year. It was pretty special. It was kind of my last hurrah this year, so it was great that we went out on a high note. I've had a lot of fun just watching all the players progress and grow through the 3 years that I've been here. And it's been a lot of fun, like I said, this past year. We just kind of relaxed a lot and enjoyed ourselves. But as far as being a senior now, this is my last semester, so I'm going to be saying goodbye to soccer for now. So that's bittersweet, but looking forward to what the next part of my chapter has in store for me, and I'll remember these times for a while.
Now for some special news. This week we like to acknowledge how great of a month this is, because April is Autism Awareness Month. The Jackson area has made it their goal to come together to provide support for those who stand anywhere on the autism spectrum. On April 1st, members of the Jackson community gathered for the annual Light the Town Blue event, where various booths were set up to provide information about autism. Balloons were released in the downtown Jackson, and at dark, the county tower building was lit up blue, representing the national color for autism. Here is Mary to talk a little on her experience with autism.
That when people have autism, usually just leaving their home can be very challenging. It takes a lot of courage for people who are affected by autism to go out in the broader world usually. And everyone is different. When you meet one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. Autism is this is going to sound kind of silly, but like cake. So if you didn't know what cakes were, and someone made you an angel food cake or a bundt cake, and then they made you a German chocolate cake, you might not realize they're the same dessert, but they're still all cakes. They have the same qualities of flour, sugar, eggs, and some kind of frosting. But for people with autism, it can look very different, but it all boils down to social communication and how they translate the world. And it's very different how people affected by autism translate the world than people who are neurotypical, because we take in empirical evidence, all of us, through our senses. So the sights, sounds, everything we hear, we just don't even, we unconsciously just process it, make sense of it. When someone is affected by autism, of course, all that stimuli is coming in too, but they can have hypersensitivity to it.
Thank you, Mary. Your insight is very much valued. Also, students, if you are interested in making a difference in the autism community, Spring Arbor has a program called CASE that allows students to work hand in hand with autistic children. Also, if you would like to know more about the autism awareness activities and more, check out this month's copy of Pulse magazine. Coming up next, is SAU implementing gospel music into every chapel next year? We'll be right back after these messages.
My fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
We are confronted primarily with a moral issue. It is as old as the scriptures and is as clear as the American Constitution. The heart of the question is whether all Americans are to be afforded equal rights and equal opportunities, whether we are going to treat our fellow Americans as we want to be treated.
You shall receive.
Why didn't you say anything?
What the heck? just watch it. That's kind of funny.
Welcome back. Now for other news. A group of students have gathered together to see that gospel music is implemented into every single chapel with the exact same amount of contemporary music. These students are looking and hoping for equity. Will they be able to achieve such heights of diversifying SAU? To see how this unfolds, follow the SAU Gospel Group support page on Facebook. According to my sources, the movement had over 140 support signatures from current students on day 2 of their equity mission. Stay tuned for more updates. Now, a couple of announcements from the DC. We have a Stop Food Waste movement happening April 28th. And also, May 5th, the DC is celebrating Cinco de Mayo with Mexican-themed food. So please, join us. Well, that's all our news for the next 2 weeks, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow and contact us on Facebook if you have any news requests. I'm Aaliyah Winters, signing off.